Hello, my amazing people. How are you guys doing once again? I'm so glad to be here again. Okay, so like I always promise, as the news are coming out from the Onis Palace, we will always be here to present it to you as it's coming out. Okay, so now there's this report that is trending that just filtered out of the Ooniofife's Palace. And I think this one will be very interesting for a lot of you who monitored the last report we did on Queen Temitope, regarding her purported visit to Akure the last time. Okay, let me just refresh your mind about that story. We did that story in our channel, and where it was alleged that Queen Temitope, traveled to Akure and was said to be going to see Queen Naomi, and something went wrong, and Queen Naomi allegedly called on the DSS to pick her up. Okay, so I don't want to go into the details of that story because I'm sure a lot of you listening to the sound of my voice right now will have gone through that story and enjoyed it as well. So what is filtering coming out from the Ooni of Ife's palace right now is that it's been alleged that when that thing happened, when that arrest happened, they sort of sent the message across to the Ooni of Ife, who, of course, is still in seclusion. Okay, I told you guys about that seclusion the last time I did it. We did a video on that, and I told you guys that seclusion is a 7-day routine or ritual, if you want to put it that way, that you need normally does, to commence or to herald the beginning, of the Olojo Festival, the Great Olojo Festival. I'm sure you guys know much about the Olojo Festival to be one of the best, if not the greatest festival celebrated by the Ileife people and Yoruba people worldwide. Okay, so the story making the round now is that when that unfortunate incident happened at Akure, with its concomitant effects, on the image of the palace, it is alleged that the news was allegedly uh, uh, broke into the Ooni of Ife, while he's still in seclusion. And what he said, or what his response was, because it was easy from what he responded that he was really very, disappointed. He was really very, very angry that that could happen, because as far as he's concerned, Ile-Ife is witnessing a lot of pomp and pageantry, is experiencing a lot of conviviality, okay? And as a matter of fact, that incident is kind of is a situation where it's something that even the Ooni of Ife cannot understand, because whereas there's this conviviality, of the palace, with so much fun, with so much excitement, with so much festivity, courtesy of the Olojo festival that has already commenced. The whole of Ile-Ife is one big festival arena right now, and it's a spectacle to behold. It's always like that every day, back to back, with chains of events. So we are told that that news kind of fouled that conviviality in the whole of Ile-Ife. So they said Oni retorted by saying that you can take her anywhere you like. I don't care. Leave me to concentrate on my spiritual seclusion. Oni of Ife, reacts to the news of Temitope in that manner. Wow. But the thing is, we further gather that one of the reasons why Ooni of Ife, retorted in that manner, almost nonchalantly or indifferently, was that this is a situation that has occurred not just once. I think this same scenario has happened on multiple occasions, where this same person, went to same Akure, purportedly to always want to be friend to Queen Naomi. I think this thing, I have had this same issue like 2 or 3 occasions in the time past, and in each of those occasions, we heard that Ooni of Ife was not so happy. He had tried to advise this woman, and warned her never to make such a trip, because anything can happen. because it's not as if the two of them are good friends. Okay, so it is under that foundation, that the Ooni of Ife was alleged to have retorted by saying, the person who called to notify him that this is what is going on in Akure, that he had to now say, "You can take her away." I think he said that out of anger, really, because how do you have this sort of thing? Because the last time this sort of thing happened, that this same woman straight to Akure, what we were told, what we heard at that time was that Ooni of Ife actually said, I mean, anybody who can make that kind of movement is like a meddlesome interloper. Because in this case now, what we were told in that story when it broke out was that she was purported to be going there to make peace with Queen Naomi, to beg for forgiveness, because in our opinion, Queen Ashley was made to beg to apologize to her, to apologize to Queen Naomi by Gise family. So there seems to be some understanding from Ashley, from Elizabeth. Now she wants to now, I mean, be in her good books by also coming close and to also maybe try and broker peace between Queen Naomi and the Oni. That was what she allegedly said was her reason for going to Akure. But for me, I don't, like I said in that my report, I don't believe that. And I'm not surprised that Oni, is showing no emotion towards this thing when the news was broken to him. He didn't show any emotion because the truth of the matter is, here is a man who is having is trying to commune with his spiritual fathers, spiritual gods, if I want to put it that way. Because that period, that 7 days period, is actually a time that he commune with his gods. Like I always say, they have like more than 400 gods in the Yoruba land, in Ile-Ife, and every one of these gods are very, very important. So this is the time he does this. This is the time he prays for his people, for his kingdom, for everybody. In fact, for total peace and tranquility to reign in his domain. So you can imagine that this sort of news is now given to him. What a time, what a time for this sort of news to come to him. So it is alleged that he was very unhappy, he was very sad, and he had to now make that comment by saying, "You can take her away anywhere you like, I don't care. Leave me, let me complete my spiritual seclusion." That was what it was alleged that he retorted. And like I keep saying, the thing is, you can't. When did who appointed her as the spokesperson of the Ooni of Ife? Who did that? Nobody did that. Who complained to her that Ooni of Ife wanted her to be the intermediary between two of them? So, but what people are saying, the further information we got from that incident was that possibly she was going there for something else that could be a bit sinister, and that is what we said. We had even anger that made the Ooni of Ife to be very angry, because he sensed that it cannot be for anything good. Okay, so it was said that he gave this instruction to those who brought the message, that they should leave him to do what he's doing, and that everybody has to be careful while he's having this time with his gods. In fact, it was said to have told them that they must cascade this message down the line to everyone. Everyone has to be, has to conform to the rules of the palace. There has to be sanity, especially at this time that the that Ile-Ife is agog with this festivity. This is the time that there should be extreme purity, sterility, civility, and the peace that that the Ile-Ife actually needs now. This is not the time for playing to the gallery. This is not the time to want to be sinister or involved in clandestine activities that will not augur well with anyone. Okay, so it was on this premise, that Ooni of Ife was alleged to have said, to have washed his hands off it, because you don't expect him to leave his seclusion process, activity, to go and follow one adult that is determined to, mess up his name. So that is how he concluded it. We don't know what eventually transpired, whether some of the chiefs or elders intervene in that situation. We don't have a report as to that for now. But whatever it is, I think this should teach Olori Temitope a big lesson of her life. You cannot embark on this kind of trip when the whole place is celebrating. I mean, it's so inconceivable. How do you do this? So for me, I think I stand with the Ooni of Ife on this. Sometimes these women have to be taught a big lesson. Okay, so this is what we had at this time, and it's making the round all over social media, and I felt like I have to bring it there as well for my people to know what's going on. So if you feel that the Ooni of Ife was too high-handed, in handling this matter, leave your opinion. But for me, I think this is a beautiful reaction from the Ooni, and to serve as a deterrent for other Oloris, who want to get involved in things like this. So thank you so much for listening to this video. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, most importantly, like I always say, for subscribing to this channel. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.